Joining me on Impact Catalyst is Clayton Sizemore, who is the founder of Mindful Movement here in Florida. Welcome, sir.
Welcome. So glad to be here with you, Joe. Thank you.
So you do a lot of great work. I'm actually just feeling zen just talking to you already. So we're off to a good start.
That is a good start for sure.
So let's do the obligatory 101 on mindful movement, so we know what we're working with, and then we can go a little further from there.
You got it. Well, Mindful Movement is an organization that's here in St. Petersburg now going on 6 years, and we bring health and holistic issues to underserved communities. In particular, we're working in South St. Pete, and we've been really just fortunate and blessed with the success that we've had. You know, we tell people all the time that making a young person mindful is probably the most important thing you can do to them. And again, we've been successful. We are now in 12 schools. 10 Title I schools in St. Petersburg, Pinellas County. We're in 2 private schools, charter schools here in St. Petersburg. And we're also with 4 enrichment programs, working with 4 enrichment programs, after school enrichment programs. We work with the police department. We work with the city of St. Petersburg, the Cohorts of Champions program, as well as Men in the Making. And again, we've just been blessed to be working with these young people. And in addition to all of that, my team and I, we do 4 community yoga classes, free community yoga classes, every single week, Monday through Friday.
That's great. So, we look at the school district, there's a lot of entities, businesses, nonprofits, they all compete for students' attention via the administration. So as you go in and know that the folks you're talking to will have some basic understanding of mindfulness or yoga or things like that, but also know that they have a lot of other things on their plate. What's the pitch to them to make them take notice of mindful movement and let you go into these classrooms?
Well, the school system, first and foremost, we've been blessed to have our guardian angel, Miss Lori Matway. She's one of the heads of the Pinellas County school system. And Lori's been our guardian angel. She's really kind of been very helpful in getting us in front of a lot of schools. And one of the things that we recognize is that the school system, they do such a great job in Pinellas County. But one of the things that we're able to partner with them and assist them with is the mindful aspect of it. We come in, and our organization is kind of like Switzerland. We're neutral, and we're not grading these scholars. We're not testing them. We're not marshaling them through the hallways. We come in and we basically sit down with them and we help them to self-regulate themselves. So we partner with the schools and work very closely with the schools to identify the scholars that they believe that mindful movement programs can assist them with. And one of the most important things we teach young people is how to self-regulate. Our big thing is the greatest computer in the world is right here, right in between your ears. And that anger is not a bad emotion. However, we have to understand and learn how to manage and control our anger and never ever let our anger control us. So it is a process, and it is probably, again, from my opinion, one of the most important things you can teach a young person, how to become mindful. It changes everything about them. And again, it's a process. They don't get it overnight, but when they're exposed to it, when they understand that my breath, I can regulate myself. I need to think before I react. Okay, I might have to do whatever I have to do, but if I think about it before I do it, I'm going to make a better decision. When I'm getting ready to go into the classroom and take a test, look, I've been studying, I've been doing my work all year round. I need to just calm myself down, relax, and go in there and do my best. It's going to be okay. So the biggest thing for us is to teach them how to use their superpower, which is their mind, and to basically regulate yourself so that you can deal with the stresses and the challenges that, believe it or not, many young people are faced with. And another thing that we recognize, and we partner so well with the schools, is that the teachers, sometimes the teachers need yoga as badly as the kids. And whenever we go to a school, we work with the teachers initially so that they can understand what we're doing. So we do what we call a Heal the Healers program, and we sit down and do a workshop prior to the school year during their orientations so that they understand who we are and what we're doing, and so that we can better partner with the schools.
That makes a lot of sense. And you mentioned testing. Obviously the school districts are constantly challenged to quantify everything that they do. and you talked about helping, specifically identifying scholars who self-regulating would be an important skill to learn. So then, how do you quantify your success? Is it in the folks who have less disciplinary problems after having gone through the program because they're self-regulating better, or there's some other parameters as well?
There's quite a few different types of parameters, but we always leave that up to the school. We let the school identify the scholars, and then, of course, there's different ways that they're able to monitor and track what's happening with the scholars. We do surveys at the beginning of classes, at the beginning of sessions, not each session, but like throughout a semester. We'll do a survey with the scholars. We'll do a survey at the end of that semester, and we'll work with the school to basically try to understand, okay, has this particular person's behavior improved? And we're finding that about 60% of the scholars that we deal with, there is improvement with their behavior. But again, it's based on what the schools need. One of the things that we're recognizing is that what I consider the high flyers, those really outstanding scholars, they need yoga even more than some of the scholars that are having some challenges. But we leave that always up to the school. We want to do and partner with the schools so that we can best serve them.
Yeah, and I'm glad you mentioned that, because that was kind of leading to my next thought was, sometimes it's the high flyers, as you mentioned, that can actually benefit from the transcendent elements of yoga and mindfulness, and sometimes they may not have access to it because they don't seem to need the immediate self-regulation attention that others may. So it's glad that you're getting some impact with them as well. And you mentioned the 4 classes. Can you tell us a little bit about those to finish up? And those are for adults as well as kids?
Yeah, these are community classes. We have a class every Monday at the Enoch Davis Center, 6P to 7P, Enoch Davis Center. And then every Wednesday at Mount Zion Progressive Baptist Church. And that class is 5 to 6 every Wednesday. And then we're at the Willis S. John Center every Thursday, and that class goes from 6 to 7. And then we're at the Sandelin Center every Saturday, 11 to 12. And then when it gets a little warmer, we're going to be back at the Carter Woodson Museum for a 9 a.m. Saturday class. So again, we have 5 classes every week. And these are community classes, all free community classes, except for the class at Willis S. John Center. So we want the community to know that this practice, keep the heart strong, keep the body flexible, keep your mind clear. This is an extremely important practice, and I think it's catching on. This is an incredible, vibrant urban community, St. Petersburg, and there's tons. I mean, everybody's doing yoga in this town.
Yeah, no doubt. And if it is someone's first time trying yoga, what do they need to bring? How should they dress just to give them a comfort level? Do they need to bring a mat, a blanket?
To our classes, you don't have to bring nothing. We have mats, we have bolsters, and trust me, I'm not trying to get anybody to put their leg behind their head. Our programs, our practices are always solid, restorative, slow practices. It's really beginner yoga. But and I have a great team. I have 8 people that work with us at Mindful Movement, and I pride the fact that our instructors, we could take somebody who's been doing yoga for 20 years and somebody that's their first time, and we can give them a class that they can both manage.
That's brilliant. Well, it's such important work, and it's an area that doesn't get as much attention as it should, especially in the school system. So really wonderful that you're doing that, and we'll look forward to following your continued work and supporting you. And I really appreciate you stopping by and sharing Mindful Movement with us.
Joe, thank you for your time. Our goal is to be in every elementary and middle school in Pinellas County within the next 4 years, and we're working towards that.
That's great. Clayton Sizemore, thank you.
Namaste.
Namaste.